So, it appears we're at that point again. Like, 100 some videos. But right now, we have 800 videos. So, I remember in November, like the end of November, we reached 700 videos. And now it's the end of February, beginning of March. And now we are approaching 800 videos. Unbelievable. Hey guys, it's FanaticGuide, and this is my 800th video, as I explained earlier. Now, you may be wondering why I am not playing Minecraft and instead playing Terraria. There's a bit of a story to that. I am instead playing Terraria because I wanted to try something different, and because Minecraft has been crashing numerous times. So, that's the long story to that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. And the reason why you haven't been seeing as many Terraria videos lately is because I was just concerned about the state of the game in the future, because that's been fairly uncertain to me with the release of the 1.4 update dubbed Journey's End, and then the release of 1.4.1 dubbed Journey's Actual End or something like that. And so I was like, how long is this going to continue for? So I just stopped making videos on it, and then when I would make videos on it, I just put the Red Dead series in its place. So in terms of like 800 videos, it's well deserved. But I'm like, wow, 800 videos less than a year after I reached 500 videos? That's like even more astonishing, because last year was, despite it being a year that we'd adversely think on otherwise, for me, it was a year full of milestones. First one was the 500th video released in April, last April, and then the 600th video released late last August, and then the 700th video released, I believe, late last November. Late November 20, not 19. I don't want you to get all confused about that. So, we are getting somewhere regarding that. And getting the milestone videos out faster. For a while, it was like the time between the 100th video and the 200th video was like 2 years. Time between 200th and 300th video is like 1 year, and then so on and so forth. I'm saying something so obvious right now. But anyway, I think you all get the point. Another milestone reached last year was much later than the three I already mentioned, but I had reached 2,000 subscribers. I mentioned that in the year-end review. I thought I might as well mention it in this video as well. But anyway, moving on to the main topic of this video, which is not Terraria, or the fact that I'm playing it. I thought that would be a good question to address, because some of you might be asking that. why am I playing Terraria instead of Minecraft for these type of milestone videos, because I was doing that for all of that except this one. So the main topic of this video is the history of like what I was doing to like with in terms of like recording and editing and whatnot, and where I intend to go from here. So starting in late 2011, which is when I started, to be specific, November of 2011, which is when I think it was. I don't remember exactly when. I was actually putting photos together in Movie Maker, and that's how I was making videos. I didn't actually start making gaming videos until like the summer of 2012. And the quality of those videos weren't that great. And yes, I have been making videos longer than Mr. Beast. I don't have any bragging rights. He has 50 million subscribers. I am like puny compared to him in terms of channel size. But in terms of what I was doing in my initial gaming setup, what I was doing was going into Movie Maker and having that, like having my webcam record my screen. Not a very good idea. And then editing the video from there. Also not a very good idea. Especially now that Movie Maker is a deprecated software. And then, like, I believe it was September of 2012, I saw an ad for, like, free screen recorder called EasyVid. And that was pretty good. Other than, I don't know if it had the option to like do live commentary, but I didn't do live commentary then. So I just recorded the audio from the mic after the fact. But one really cool option is you could upload directly to YouTube from the screen recorder. And also edit the videos from the program itself. So I thought that was really cool, in my opinion. And then I switched to a screen recorder called Screencast-O-Matic, which allowed me to do live commentary, but there were several downsides to it. You could only record up to 15 minutes, which, if you're not verified on YouTube, that's the maximum amount of length of a video. That's the maximum length of a video that you can upload to YouTube if you're not a verified user on YouTube. And obviously, if you don't know how to verify your YouTube account, all you just do is use your phone number. But going back to what I was saying, Screencast-O-Matic, you can do live commentary, but it only records up to 15 minutes. And it left a watermark on the bottom left corner. So that was a downside. Now, other downsides, other upsides and downsides, I can't really think of one. But going back to EasyVid, it made you actually use music. I don't know if that's changed since I stopped using it, but since I was using it, it required that you use music. But the downside with that is you get a copyright claim on each one of your videos, and you don't want that. Otherwise, you don't want that because you get demonetized. Your video would, and likely your channel would too, and you'd be at risk of copyright strikes. And we all know with that, 3 strikes you're out. Anyway, I used Screencast-O-Matic from 2013 until 2017. That was when I switched to OBS. And around that same time, I switched my video editing software. I was using Movie Maker. I was either using Movie Maker or nothing. But it was like until like summer of 2017 that I actually upgraded to Cyberlink Power Director. And that actually proved to be pretty good. It did have a pretty steep learning curve, but I got used to it pretty quickly. And now going back to OBS, the screen recording software I used, that's what I'm using now, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. It can actually record the desktop audio, which is like the first screen recorder I've had that does that. And it's actually free to download, so you won't get any viruses on it, I promise you that. But anyway, what am I gonna say next? I'm overall very happy with this OBS because you can actually screen record and stream to like Twitch or YouTube or whatever. You can record your screen, stream to Twitch. Those are two upsides to it. And I can't think of much else. Like, I can't think of any downsides to it. And going to what I use to record like Wii and Xbox and whatnot, like when I started doing that in 2013, I think, I actually set up a point and shoot camera attached to a tripod, and that was recording my TV, and that's not very good. And even if you're using a cell phone to do that, that's still not very good. And I was actually doing that until like late February, early March of 2018, around this time in 2018, when I upgraded to a capture card. That would be the Elgato HD60, which is no longer on sale. And I'm actually very happy about that. And basically what motivated me to get that was a friend of mine who is on YouTube and Twitch. He has changed his name multiple times, but he now goes by Jankety Shank on both YouTube and Twitch. So go check out his channel if you want. But he said that I should get a capture card because it'll look basically the same or something. It'll basically be better quality. That's just what he said. And he has been streaming on Twitch and YouTube for a while now. I don't want to misrepresent anything he says, that's why I'm being very careful right now. So, in terms of the capture card, it's been very good. Something I didn't really know was when he said something until he said something, I didn't know you could actually record the capture card with OBS. All you just do is go to video capture device and select the capture card. That'll be, in my case, Elgato Game Capture HD60. But now their lowest end capture card would be the HD60S, which compared to my capture card would be the USB would have that compared to my capture card, the HD60S has USB Type-C. Mine does not. And believe it has like, other like faster interface, faster. What the hell am I talking about? Anyway, besides that point, in early 2019, around this time again, I got a new microphone. And that was after trying out several headset microphones that didn't really do the job. And specifically this new microphone was the Blue Snowball. And it actually does a pretty good job at catching the sound, but the only downside I have with that is it catches a whole ton of it. But that's expected with a condenser microphone from Blue. But other than that, it's a pretty good microphone. And anyway, and also in 2019, but later, I also got a new computer. That'll be the laptop I have now. And then I used a sub 1080p monitor that I've had since 2008. I've been using this with 3 desktop computers. The one I got in 2011, and it died in 15. And then the one I got in 16 that I record most of my videos on. And then most recently in 2020, last year, that one monitor, the sub 1080p monitor that I was using as the secondary monitor for the laptop, actually died, so I got a new one. So I have 2 1080p monitors, so that's good. And I actually never mentioned that I was using a sub 1080p monitor, but with that other setup, when I started using that sub 1080p monitor as a secondary monitor for the laptop, I actually used another 1080p monitor that I had just laying around. And then, being that we were getting a new computer for that setup, because it was already attached to another computer, but that computer was so old that nobody could really get it, we actually got a 4K monitor, and that is the best gaming setup in the whole house. And I hardly ever use it, so oh well. And now as for what the future holds. Being that I now have the Xbox Series X, and we'll do some Let's Plays on that, specifically Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's going to be coming up very soon, hopefully. I want to get a 4K capture card, specifically the Elgato HD60, not the HD60S, even though it can record, I believe it can record 1440p, I'm not sure. I want to get the 4K 60S, that's what I want to get. Because we would actually be able to record the native resolution of the Xbox without downscaling or anything. So no 4K pass-through without downscaling. I don't want any of that. I want 4K recording, no 4K pass-through. So my current capture card is basically crap compared to that. And another upgrade that I want to make is potentially getting Shure SM7B microphone. I know Rich from Review Tech USA uses this microphone. I know Joe Rogan uses this microphone, and other people do as well. So I've heard that it being a dynamic microphone, you have to be very close to it because it captures just your voice, and it captures very little background noise compared to the Blue Snowball. And the only downside I have with it is it costs $400, like the capture card I mentioned. And another upgrade I want to make is like getting an actual desktop computer with a 4K monitor. So that's another upgrade I want to make. So that would make, I've been looking at specs, customizing my own thing, making my own specs, whatnot. I don't want to repeat myself, but that's like as far. I've gotten as far into it, even though those kind of PCs are very expensive. What I've done is I've configured multiple desktop PCs, and they've included, like, I've seen on Linus Tech Tips that AMD is so far the best CPU so far. That's until Intel releases the 11th gen desktop processor. I know Intel has released the 11th gen laptop processor, the 1165G7 or something like that. I know it's an i7 processor that's out so far for the 11th gen, but until Intel releases the rest of the 11th gen lineup, I'm probably going to hold off. But according to Linus Tech Tips Geek Benching or benchmarking or whatever, the AMD Ryzen 5000 beats out the Intel 10th gen, but I don't know. I'll see. And they're cheaper too. The AMD is. They're not only cheaper, they're going to Linus faster. So, I'll have to see. I know, in terms of GPUs, the NVIDIA RTX 3000 series is pretty good, but I'd like to do some like 4K 120 gaming on there, so I don't know if the 3080 or the 3090, I don't know if you have to step up to the 3080 or the 3090 to do that, to get the 4K 120. So let me know in the comments below if you have to do that. But I'm pretty sure you have to step up to the 3080 or the 3090 to do that. Because, I don't know, if you do, I probably won't do that. I was more or less focusing on 3060 Ti because that seemed like a good graphics card. Anyway, that is enough of my rambling about desktop computers and computer building. But regardless, that is the desktop upgrade. We'll have 4K monitor, or two of them, because I have two monitors, two screens with my current setup. So I'll probably have two 4K monitors, hopefully with HDMI 2.1 ports. Something very excited for. But I don't know if I'd have to step up to the RTX 3080 or 3090 to get the 4K 120 support. If you enjoyed this lengthy video, then please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.